So we've done outside videos before covering the fundamentals, but in this video, we're going to cover a few techniques to help improve your outdoor skating experience. Let's go. Staggers are great outside, but if you stay in the same stagger for a really long time, your leg is going to fatigue. So you need to learn how to swap your staggers. So a great way to learn this is to do scissors. So if you think of this as a 1 foot bubble, you can add the other foot in as well. And this is also really good because if you hit a narrow piece of path, you can put your feet in line to make your stance narrower so you can fit through. Unfortunately, sometimes when you're skating outside, you encounter something like this and you just cannot skate on it. It just will not roll. So you have to do the skate walk. So another thing with skating outside is you need to be aware of the traffic around you. So if I'm going to move from here to over there, I need to look behind me to make sure something quiet hasn't crept up. In roller skating, we always say, don't look down. But when you're outside, you must scan ahead in front of you to just make sure there's nothing that's going to take you out. So I've scanned ahead of me and I've found what can only be referred to as the urban cattle grid. So you need to make sure that you hit the correct side of this, because this one, your wheels will go between, but this one will stop you and it could end quite nastily. So make sure that you've got clearance as well on these. I know that my wheels are big enough and my kingpin isn't going to hit, but sometimes if your wheels are a bit smaller, it can hit, so you need to be careful. So always test these slowly at first, and once you know that you can cover, you can glide across. Scanning ahead, I've now spotted this. So this is where the pavement and the bridge join, and I'm not sure how my wheels are going to cope with this. So I would opt for the step over. So when I get to here, I'm just going to step over it, because if I catch that at speed and my wheels don't react well, I could go. I'm still scanning ahead and I'll get through my urban cattle grid, but ahead of me I can see that the terrain gets really rough and bumpy, so I'm going to slow right down and try and pick the smoothest possible route that I can find. One thing you may also encounter are these. So you've got a couple of options with these. You can skate up to it, stop and do the walk, and then carry on. Or if you're feeling particularly brave, you can hit them at speed. Now, if you're going to go for the speed option, make sure that you've got clearance again with your wheel size and your kingpins, because the last thing you want to do is hit them at speed and then your kingpin to catch and you launch. One thing you're likely to encounter outside is a drop curb like this. The problem with these is that you're standing to wait to cross the road and you're rolling towards the traffic. So for your safety, always stand with your feet sideways to the danger. So one thing you really need for outside is the emergency stop. So you're prepared, you're scanning and you're coping with all the obstacles it's got to throw at you, but all of a sudden a child or a dog runs out in front of you and you need to be able to stop really, really quickly. So it's a 180 turn, both toe stops in. If you can lock in some of these extra skills, that will hopefully make your outdoor skating experience slightly less terrifying. You may notice that I haven't mentioned hills. That's a whole nother video. I'm Katie, you've been watching Skatie, and I'll see you next time. Bye!